The manor was also filled with a whole bunch of prints around and that the dead hunter.
Yep, and there's a corpse. It's
Yeah,
important to remember the
and
corpse.
the green man was there, so it sounds like there was just a big old orgy.
Yeah, it does sound like that. And then I think it was mentioned it was like the tulips were out of season, which was weird, and they were everywhere. And I remember mentioning it. Like it sounded like that there was a wedding, or it looks like it's decorated like if there was a wedding, which caught me off guard that was mentioned. But
I just figured it out.
what?
Your mother's pregnant with the spawn of Satan.
Yeah, you mean me? I thought that already happened. Another one. Oh no.
No, but it does bring up the disturbing notion that the Basques are either somehow involved or being targeted by whatever it is that's, trying to...
Or a delicious soup.
So delicious. Yeah, I'm still confused. And then we found the hunter dead in the back of the manor too. Which is like there was a party in the manor and all of a sudden there's a dead body. Like what the fuck's going on?
That seems like a pretty good summation of what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the
you're telling that to the person who
Matilda
writes
was
down
losing her shit.
The summary of this whole thing is I don't know what's been happening. I don't know what's going on.
So let's jump into the action. So you guys arrive back at the manor after speaking with Jeb, where of course, if in case you've forgotten, he invited Genevieve to be his date for the witch burning tonight. And the manor, all the tulips have withered and died in the especially in the thin snow that covers the ground. And the manor house door is wide open as the three of you approached it. Who's the first one in the door?
I'll go.
Genevieve. I was about to say Genevieve. It's our house.
I think Genevieve, because I think it was mentioned that I opened the door last session.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genevieve goes in first and Gimpy will go in second.
Okay. As soon as you enter, you notice that the house has been, it looks old now. Like people haven't lived here for a while. The other thing you notice is like it still kind of looks like it does after whatever happened last night, but like grayer and dirtier. The furniture is turned over, and you've entered in the main hallway, and everyone can go ahead and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everyone can go ahead and make a perception or an eavesdrop.
Oh, where are you?
Standard difficulty?
Yes.
Wow, Jen, those crit fails. Stop passing out.
I just don't hear anything. Apparently, I imagine. I just don't. I mean, I'm just too in shock.
That shock is 6 mental peril, so it's up for 6 mental.
I mean, not to say anything, but I was just cutting up session 1, which I literally skipped to a part where I said, "Genevieve, stop passing out. It's unbecoming," and had to name the session after that.
Keep crit failing. It's terrible.
mean, to be fair, if I wasn't a fop, I would be just. Oh god. I probably would have died by now.
Now, can you spend a fortune point to flip to succeed? Is that a thing?
No, you can spend a fortune pool to. Oh, geez, all of you failed. Okay, excellent.
Oh no.
Yeah, you enter in, and you see you don't hear anything at first, or you don't hear anything, but it feels very uneasy in here, and a quick glance around makes you think you're not alone in the manor, but you're not entirely sure where or what.
Oh my god. So that's all we get, right? Like we just get this uneasy feeling.
Yeah, while you're in the manor.
Okay, so Genevieve's gonna look to the rest of the group. She'd be like, it didn't look this way before. It was less worn.
Okay, Rasmussen will ready his flintlock and will simply indicate that he'll follow her lead.
Yeah. So yeah, so you guys are in the entrance. Like off to your right is a passage to the kitchen. I know I kind of sort of drawn this out. A passage to the kitchen. You're in the main living area where like the tables are. They're all turned over and kicked over. There's a kitchen, and then there's a thing to the upstairs where most of the rooms are, and there's sort of like a fancy rich people parlor room on the bottom too that you can't quite see at the moment. But like it feels unnaturally drafty in here. So where are you guys heading next?
Is there a basement here, Genevieve?
Yep.
Is there a basement?
There's not.
Okay, no. So she shakes her head. No, there's on. I do know there's a second floor. Just kind of.
There's a draft. There's a draft. I don't know.
Okay, parlor, kitchen. Living space. Okay.
Is this going to turn into a game of Clue?
A kind of, yeah. It's like you guys are in the living space right now. Where to? Right? It looks weird. You guys haven't told me you're doing anything.
You know what we should do? We should completely split up the party and cover.
No, that's like the number one rule you don't do. Why are you turning this into a killing spree? Don't you learn from any of the movies? So this is all the first floor, right?
Yes.
All right. Where do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to go to the parlor or the kitchen?
I think we should start in the parlor.
Okay, so I'll head to the parlor.
Okay. When you enter the parlor, like as you walk through, you do notice that there is fresh blood in here, coming along to the walls, and then in the parlor, it looks like at a quick glance there was a fight recently.
Okay.
Like recent, as in compared to before or after the time difference?
Like
Time shift.
it wasn't there last.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like fresh blood. Okay. So Genevieve will just say that looks new. I'm gonna put my hand to my blade at this point because this is scary now. Yeah, so I'll open the door into the parlor and step in first.
Yeah. Once you get into the parlor, you see you see Zachariah Ziegenhelt, one of the before unnamed Ziegenhelts,
Mhm.
absolutely mutilated in the room, right? Like cut to pieces. It looks like he was trying to fight with a pitchfork. This was the guy that Alexandre spoke to last night. Would have been the second. He just murdered everywhere. And at this point, you hear like a loud creak from upstairs, like someone has just opened the door. Yeah, without even taking an eavesdrop test, because as I can see, you'll all fail.
So
Is there a way to see under the stairs?
Not really. No, they go up.
So, or I mean, like, there's no like room under the stairs that you can like see through the slits, right?
No, not really. Like you can just sort of hear like a door creak open upstairs from down there, but like you'd have to come out of the parlor. Let me get the.
And go around, yeah. I think we should jump them.
Rasmussen doesn't jump.
So you guys like sitting there, just not saying anything, stuck in the.
Well, we're taking it all in, and we're pondering our next move. I think.
Well, we don't really have much time to ponder. I mean, we got a wall on one side, wall on another, a wall on another, and a door. Not the door. It's gonna be something. Now we don't know what that something is.
Do we hear more footsteps?
That's what I'm gonna ask. Gnash, go ahead and make a trivial eavesdrop test. Trivial, as they're just like talking under you, right? House is not very well soundproof.
That's weird. All right.
Yeah. So you're upstairs, and you are here looking for somebody.
You've just got done killing everyone.
I don't think you killed anybody. But there was a dead person downstairs.
Right. I mean, I
Was
assume
there
the
another
assumption
dead-
would be. I can assume the assumption would be that you've killed someone, considering who I am.
Yeah. The person was like chopped to pieces, mutilated.
Right. So thankfully, I'm wandering around with a gun in hand, which I feel like
Well,
dismisses me a little bit from the mutilation side.
and you're not like drenched in blood, which also helps.
So I walk out of the bathroom.
Yeah. So you were in the upstairs privy, where you were checking for this person, and then you hear voices from downstairs. They're speaking sort of low and hush.
Yeah, so I imagine that I would walk towards a. I'm imagining there's a balcony of some sort, or at least a doorway facing a balcony. You've described a mansion. I'm imagining any southern mansion.
Yeah, sure. There's a balcony out of we'll say like the master bedroom.
Right. So the way that you do, handgun pointed up at the air. Or, I'm sorry, pistol pointed up at the air. Crouched into a doorway, looking out over the edge of a balcony to see if I can see who's in the building.
Yeah, you can make out. All right, we'll say it's like sort of facing down towards the stairs. Yeah, you can make out a couple figures down there as they like just open the parlor where you found that dead kid. Yeah. Do you have anything you do, or are you just gonna like chill?
Yeah, sure. What's in the room with me?
So you masturbate. So there's a bed that's very decrepit, smells like old sex in here.
Okay, I'm gonna grab just something that's hand-sized before you describe sex-smelling objects. I'm gonna grab something off the dresser top or something, and just throw it
sure.
downstairs in the opposite direction, like against the opposite wall downstairs, and then watch and see.
Find a little box or something.
Yeah, and then just watch and see whoever's down there. If they step into a place where I can see them better to investigate.
Yeah. Genevieve, your mother's prized, I don't know, jewelry box comes smashing down the stairs, right?
No, I don't toss it down the stairs. I throw it like over the balcony against the far wall of the room that they're in.
Oh.
So I can see if I can see them better if they investigate what the hell that was.
Well, you're upstairs or downstairs, so have to be.
Yeah, I know, but you know what a balcony is, right?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, well, it hits the living space then, we'll say. All right.
Okay, well, obviously, when we hear that thing come crashing down, we'll go investigate, or at least Rasmussen.
Yeah, I'll poke my head out a bit and see what's going on. Carefully.
So what's the thing? Where did it fall down? So that
In like that area, or just made that script.
Or you can look just below that.
Yeah, there you go. there's an accurate drawing.
Okay.
Some call me the Picasso of my time.
I'm gonna I think I know how the stairs are, the way you draw it.
We gotta go up the stairs.
So I'm gonna go by the stairs, but not like in front of it. Kind of like against the wall next to the stairs, and then I'm going to call out. She's like, stranger, show yourself. I am the dragoon of this town.
Do I know who that is?
Up to you, actually. If depends on how detailed of a description you think you got.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Since I know what they told me, did they tell me that?
Let's go with yes. Yeah.
How about you come up here and we talk?
She hesitates for a moment, and then she says, I'm all in for talking as long as there are no weapons involved.
Sure.
You're gonna have to throw down your weapon here, and I'll throw down mine.
I don't have any weapons to throw down.
You sure
We
about
saw
that?
that body. Don't you lie to us.
I was here when I got here.
Alive or dead?
I wouldn't call it a body if it was alive.
So Genevieve, she'd be like, I am Dragoon Genevieve Basque. Mind if you share your name, stranger?
I'll share it when you get up here.
No. Yeah, Rasmussen kind of quietly whispers to Genevieve. He comes down into our field of vision. We're not going up and then going through blind corners.
Can I hear that?
Yeah, probably.
The 23 at a roll. Eavesdrop. Literally, this is what eavesdrop is for.
Yeah, and it's not like this is like that big. It is a manor house, but it's not like that big, right?
No! Y'all don't come up here, just her!
It's your call. You want to go up alone?
She kind of looks at him and she's just like nowhere. So she's going to step in front of the stairs slowly.
Are you armed?
Yes, I'm still armed.
Okay.
So you didn't throw your weapons on the ground, you lying bitch.
You haven't thrown yours on the ground. She's been doing
That was a joke. That's out of character. That was a joke. Didn't have that weird ass accent that I'm pulling. I mean, if you get up to the stairs far enough where you'd be able to see me, I'm halfway in a door and halfway out of a door.
Well, she's like at the bottom of the stairs, and she just like went up the first step. Just like, you know how you like carefully, like she's pretty much testing the person because she's not sure.
But I'm just describing it because I'm not going to perform any actions. So you can describe step by step, but once you get there, that's where I am.
Okay. So she's gonna slowly make her way up to see if she get a glance at you. And then she says, "Do you see me?" Like, she's gonna be halfway up the stairs at this point.
Alright, and that's when I can... Okay, I already knew it was her, but now I can see a visual confirmation that it's her.
Yeah.
By the way, when you see me, I am 8.5 feet tall. I am massive. God. I have this real thick, spiky brown skin. I am quite obviously an ogre.
Oh, no.
An ogre with a gun? Oh, no.
There's a slight sparkle in her eyes. And she sees, she kind of like lifts up her weapon and she says, "You see me with the weapon? I'm gonna put it down." And then she's gonna put it down in this, like, in the stair, like, in front of her. And then she says, and she's gonna raise her hands and she slowly makes her way up the stairs. Like the rest of the stairs into the top.
You know what's funny is that looking at my physical description also reminded me of what my dooming was. Which might be funny for our GM to remember, but also is going to really define my next action, is when I lower my other hand from the other side of the door and have a gun pointed at you. I appreciate that, but I don't trust so easy, and if you were a full blood, you wouldn't trust so easy either. Yeah, come in the room here. I'll close the door and we can get to talking.
Okay, so at this point, you may notice that her eyes are kind of like sparkling, and she kind of moves in front of you like really quickly, like clearly, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're another ogre! What kind of ogre are you? Why do you have stones on your face? Who are you? Where do you come from? Oh, I've never seen another ogre! I'm so excited! Who are you?" So
yeah,
she's like,
I mean,
like a kid asking you a million questions all at the same time.
Yeah, so I'd probably just give you an abrupt push so you enter the door so I can shut the door as fast as possible. You're getting in the damn room!
Okay, I think if we're hearing this exchange, Rasmussen will carefully start going up the stairs, flintlock in hand, just to be in a position to intervene if he starts hearing any violence.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Right, 2
I'll be ready
gunshots,
to-
right? One to her head and then one to mine. Adventure over.
The sword is on the stairs, so you can pick it up.
Oh, hey, good idea. I'll pick the sword up.
But yeah, once I close the door, I go, your dad sent me to send you. You and your mom.
What about my ma?
Your dad sent me to get you.
What? Why?
We're going back.
Going back where?
Back home. Back where you came from.
She looks excited at this prospect, but at the same time, it dawns on her that she's just gonna just leave this town. She's like, wait, why? We can't just leave the town?
I feel like there's a moment where like my eyes dart back and forth, like I'm trying to put pieces together to a puzzle that I don't have the edge pieces for. Yo, dad, you gonna go get my boys and we gonna go back to where we came from and you're gonna come with. You and your ma. You tell me where your ma's at.
I was told that she went back home, right? From the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's not this manor, right? I'm trying to remember. It's this manor, right?
Yeah, this is where she lives. She usually lives here by herself recently.
Yeah. So, that's where she kind of looks at him confused. She's like, didn't find the house.
Sorry, you turned into a robot for a second. Can you repeat your last sentence?
She said, you didn't find her in the house?
I ain't searched everywhere, but I figure you knew where she was, me and your ma and all.
I was told that she went back here. I took her to the inn because I found her here last night, and I didn't think it was safe. And then in the morning she left, and I was told that she was gonna go home. I figured that she came back here.
I figure he's probably breathing pretty hard with exasperation. Hey, you don't know where your own ma is?
I tried, but then she disappeared on me. She tends to do that, you know. She just disappears.
I don't know. I never met a woman.
She looks at him and she says, "So you were sent here by my dad, so that means something bad's going on, doesn't it?"
I mean, I did see the dead body in the foyer. So I imagine bad things are happening right now anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why that body is there. You didn't kill him, right? You found him there?
I mean, I'll just heft my gun and then gesture my head back towards the body, which has been heavily mutilated. Obviously not with a gun.
Yeah. She nods to that, and then she says, "Well, me and the rest of my group are trying to figure out what's going on in town." And I was gonna see if I could find my mom, but she's nowhere. If she's not here, then she's missing.
No, I understood that. I don't rightly care about the rest of your friends. I just need you and your mom, so I can get me and my boys back together, and then we all go home.
She nods in understanding. She says, "Well, if my friends can help you find my mom faster, then you can go home quicker, right?"
What kind of friends you got?
They're interesting. That's all she could. I don't know how describe them as. Because I
Shady,
just imagine
yeah.
it's like one's a talker and the other one is also a talker. So she's like, she's like, they know their way around town and they know the people in town, so maybe they'll help us search.
Alright, well, here's what's going to happen. And then I will try to commence to whispering to a point that I can't be heard.
You can make a stealth check.
Can't wait to roll a natural 99.
Actually,
200.
this is an opposed roll. Now just roll a stealth check and just see how you get. That's what I would.
By the way, funny enough, this is a skill I could have taken, and I thought, 8'5", this is a pretty dumb skill, I'm not going to take it.
How much corruption is this?
So far, I haven't had a reason to give out corruption, or if I have, I missed it. Yeah, you can easily speak.
What you're going to do is you're going to open that door and ask your friends to come inside, whilst I meander my way over there to that there corner far side of the door so they can't seize me when they walk in.
She just easily said, "Okay." You see her like walk to the door, open it, and she says, "Guys, it's okay. You can get up here. Do it slowly."
Yeah, what were you two doing? Were you creeping up the stairs slowly?
I imagine I was ready to bust the door down.
I would have stood on the other side of the hallway in front of the door with the flintlock leveled, just waiting for any kind of signal that there was trouble going on. But since that wasn't the case, he's just going to simply calmly wait to see what Rutherford does.
I'll just mosey on in. Saunter. I'll saunter on in through the doorway.
Yeah. How long do you think it would take for them to notice you being 8 foot tall?
I mean, well, the first thing I do is I level the gun at the first person that walks in, and then if nobody else walks in, just wait for them to notice me. But I mean, it is like any monster movie, right? Where the monster's standing out in the middle of the room. How long does it take you to turn around and notice there's a monster in the room?
Yeah, it doesn't take long. So I think as soon as you walk in, you see the 8 foot ogre leveling a pistol at you, and you of course see the magnificent form that is Lord Rutherford.
Yeah, from outside the room, if Rasmussen sees this 8-foot tall thing,
You don't. That's what I said. I was trying. I pointed it out. I tried to paint it in the the kitchen, the square, where if a door opens to the right, I would be on the right hand side, so you can't see me until you're already past the door frame. That's what I was trying to convey with words before, but that's why I also tried to paint the little picture there on your little mini map.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't see him from.
So from outside the doorway, you wouldn't be able to see me.
Okay, so you're just gonna look to Genevieve and silently ask, okay, does she nod that the situation is okay? Or
Oh yeah, you can tell that she's totally relaxed. She's smiling, everything. Like you can tell that she's fine. She's comfortable.
okay,
All right,
so
Genevieve,
Rasmussen
here's
will
your
follow
sword.
Rutherford.
Here's your sword, and I'd be lying if I said this wasn't weird, but
So Rasmussen
who
walks in the
and
room
what
as well.
is this thing?
Yeah, Rasmussen will follow in after Rutherford.
Alright, and being that you're an armed target, I will switch target to you.
And I will level the pistol at you. By the gods, what the hell is that?
So
It's a monster, right?
So Genevieve was like standing between the both of you. She's like, "It's fine, it's fine. He was sent by my father. He's actually was looking for me and my mother, and it doesn't seem like she's around here."
I do want to point out, though, at 8'5", I could just easily target over you, over your head.
Especially since, for some reason, Genevieve is very short.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she rolled human side stuff.
Yeah, I did roll human size. She's like short for an ogre. She's tiny.
Yeah, she tells me that you're friends.
Yep.
It's talking.
It's yeah, but at least it's not trying to murder us
How
yet.
about you put that gun down and I'll put mine down too?
Okay, eyes wide, audible exhale, and very slowly Rasmussen will lower the flintlock.
Good, good. I don't put my gun down.
Well, no, he's not gonna start moving until you do too.
Well, no, you just described doing it without me doing anything. Cool. Now, you two's gonna help me. You got that?
We'll help you, Mr. Ogre Man. Yeah, don't be pointing no gun at us, all right? You understand? I'm shaking a little bit because 8-foot ogre man with a gun.
I'll stop pointing this gun at you once I realize you can be trusted.
And how do we do that?
You get me this her girl's mother and bring her back.
And what makes you think we're going to let you victimize Genevieve's mother?
I feel like there's like a moment of like glaze that comes over his eyes as he
Has
thinks.
she not been through enough?
Yo, I hear she's into that sort of thing.
Genevieve's just gonna look really confused. And then she's like, guys, calm down. I'm sure our friends. Wait a minute, what's your name? I don't even know your name.
Call me Gnash.
Ooh, I like it. Gnash is just here to make sure my mom and I are safe.
Okay, well, that's certainly progress. And
It's not much progress because apparently she's not here, even though she made her way back here. And since there's like fresh blood in one room with a dead body in it, I'm kind of scared what happened to her.
well, we're looking at what happened to her. Or
Maybe we should just start calling out her name.
So she will look at Gnash and be like, "Did you look in all the rooms, or did you only make your way up the stairs?"
I got about here before I heard you all down there.
So did you look in the kitchen? Did you see anything weird in?
GM, did I look in the kitchen? Did I see anything weird there?
No, just I mean, besides like that, this manor that people supposedly live in seems really decrepit. No.
And incredibly small for a person of my size.
Yeah, it's better than most of the peasants' homes you've been in recently, but it's still not quite.
How much do you weigh?
A lot. 636 pounds.
Oh my god!
Although
And
I mean, you're
the
saying
floor is holding.
you're saying that, but I am small for an ogre. I mean, Genevieve's father is larger than I am. Has to be. Either that or he's the same size as me. Again, I am I rolled the smallest you can be for an ogre.
You're huge to us, so that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
I understand that. I'm just putting it in context that if you guys have seen an ogre before,
I'm-
odds are it's bigger
I'm
than
pretty
me.
sure in your
Yes, that is
head
true.
it's really.
14 blood.
So yeah, Genevieve, she's like, I think we should look in the other rooms before we leave this place.
Split the party.
Lead the way, Gnash.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Tiny little human. How about you go first, gun wielder?
Well, as you can clearly see, I'm not terribly mobile, and I'm very slow.
All the
So,
better.
I prefer to bring up the
I don't like my food to get away.
So Genevieve just like shakes her head and she's like, "I'll go first," and then she just makes her way out of the room.
I feel like Gnash would try to jut a hand out to stop her.
And she starts going down the hall.
I feel like Gnash would jut a hand out to stop you from going
Just go-
first. I mean, because I am nearest to the door, and you're in like the middle of the room.
Yeah, well, you're in the corner, right? So
Yeah, but I mean, I'm huge. I got reach.
that is true. I don't know. I think she's fast enough that like because you are also pointing a weapon, and I think she's able to
You've
get out.
seen my agility score?
That is true. I mean, you do have a 51
With a
ability, which is pretty-
-2, I still have a pretty massive agility. I'm like any Street Fighter fat guy. I am moving.
But I do think in this case she's able to get out first. Also being the only armored member of the party, maybe not the worst.
I mean, it usually slows people down.
Sometimes. Okay, Genevieve, your first one out. Where are you going?
Okay,
As
so
you feel a giant hand wafting in the air somewhere.
so the second floor, are there any other rooms that we haven't seen?
Yeah, because there's like I guess there's a master room and then there's like a couple of bedrooms and maybe what used to be an office that has fell into disuse before even this current because you guys are in the master bedroom right now. So
Mhm.
there's a couple of like smaller bedrooms and what was at some point some kind of office but is no longer.
All right, so I'm just gonna go like you're walking along and like you just open the doors as you go on. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be like walking. Yeah.
Just open a door, go, Mom. Open the next door, Mom.
Yeah, when you open the door to your room and your brother's room, basically there's nothing here. There's clearly your mother isn't here. But like all the furniture is destroyed and chopped up. When you get to the office, it was left in pretty much the same state. It didn't look like the party really hit it. But there really wasn't much in there before, anyways, right? So the answer is you find nothing else in the house.
Did we ever check to see if that body's still out back?
Oh no, we haven't. It's on the outside of the manor. I think it was like there's an exit or a back door somewhere, and that's where we found it.
Yeah, like the kitchen, I think. But we didn't check that, so there was like
Yeah, the front door goes into the living space this way, and you guys went out this way to.
All right. So yeah, Genevieve will just tell them he's not here, nowhere, and then she says, "Do you guys want to see if the body's still out there in the back door of the house?"
yeah, I could go check that real quick.
I do enjoy the stand by me moment. Hey guys, want to see a dead body?
Hey, big ogre, you want to see a dead body?
Ogre, do you have a stick to poke it with?
I think in this case, I'd be the guy who shows up with the switchblade.
So you guys would go out the parlor to the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you pass the mutilated corpse of Zachariah, who was just laying in the manor, and you head out back, and you see there were fresh tracks in the snow.
Human or beast man?
Human.
Going in or out?
Going. It looks like out, and there is blood on the tracks for at least a little while. I'm assuming you follow them. Right? It doesn't look like anything dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if it's still snowing, it's better to go now before the tracks get covered.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, so you follow them to the body where the hunter was, and you can see the tracks made like a fuss, right? And the body was moved. The tracks continue for a little bit until they get lost in the snow, unless you want to try and make a check to follow them.
What was the general direction they were leading? Like another forest?
Yeah, it looks like they went back into the.
You guys want to see if we can keep following them, or
I mean, I'm willing to, but it's up to you guys if y'all want to do it.
Yeah, I think it's worthwhile to at least make the attempt.
so awareness?
I actually think survival. I think survival covers tracking.
And difficulty?
This will be a challenge.
Oof. Do we all roll it or just one person?
Just one person, unless somebody can assist.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, so you gotta be trained to assist.
Yeah, unless you want to use a fortune point for that 35 percentile.
So the track, I can't tell like is there anything unusual about the tracks or no? Like it's human, right? Or I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks human. Definitely doesn't look like a hoof, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You remember from the herd, not all the beastmen had hooves, but some.
Yeah.
Do we have any other idea of what to do besides follow these tracks?
I can't think of anything. Oh yeah, here I was gonna ask this question. The body that we found in the parlor, was it like I remember we were looking at another body. I think it was the one that we found out here, but I think you told me that it looked like somebody was like, or maybe it was the one who was the witch hunter. Do I know if that body in the parlor was it look like they knew what they were doing, like somebody skilled?
Why don't you give me like an investigate
Oh,
check?
that's a
Make
good
it.
question. That's a really good question.
Why don't you give me an investigate check? Make it routine.
All right, routine.
And we'll say this is sort of a fail forward.
I can find an investigation word. Is it interrogation? Oh, no, I can't find it. There's not an
Investigate. I'm sorry, I totally thought that.
Yeah, I was
The
You might be
awareness,
thinking
right?
of scrutinize, right?
like what?
Well, scrutinize is reading people, Yeah, no, I totally thought there was an investigate skill. That's my bad. Oh, and I guess navigation probably for tracking would have made
There
sense too.
is. I don't know if interrogation would work for that.
It would just be awareness,
No, I
right?
think-
That's what we did
Yeah,
last
I think
time.
it's just awareness. Yeah, I think it's awareness.
Awareness. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I don't get it. I don't think.
So yeah, it doesn't look as skilled, but the the wounds were different from Aspar, who was clearly killed by some sort of like big cleaving weapon
Mhm.
with a lot of force. He looks like he was ripped alive almost, like not as much force, but more finesse, maybe in a way. It's hard to explain, but somewhere in there, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not quite the cleaving mess that Aspar was, but it clearly isn't the exact same as the witch hunter who was very skillfully, flayed alive.
Yeah, it could have
So-
been like a different fighter or a different weapon used to tear it
Kind of
apart.
like butchering, but with like a shitty dull knife instead of like proper tools.
No, I wouldn't say that. Sorry, I'm trying to think because it was still a failure, so I didn't want to give you like
Mhm.
the full information. So I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. It makes no sense. It it looked like, yeah, it looked like a matter of maybe skill difference, but like the weapon could be the same as what did the witch hunter flaying, but it definitely doesn't look as a precise a job.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Maybe the person just got drunk.
That or so Genevieve will voice one little thing, one little nugget that she's a little bit concerned about, and she says, "You guys do remember that Jed said he found a witch, right?"
Yeah, he said that was you.
Well, now he invited me as a date to this witch burning. Do you perchance think that maybe he has my mother?
I
There's a
think
good
that's
chance. I mean, he
a
was
pretty good chance. Yeah.
waiting at the crossroads, and we passed him, and your mom would have had to pass him. So maybe you should.
Will turn. Recently, the town has been kind of witch crazy.
I think you should go.
May have, and I may put the state.
You know,
I think
there is another more
Genevieve's-
disturbing possibility, which is that he invited you to the witch burning and then he's going to turn on you.
Well, yeah, that I thought that was the assumption. I mean, like, she did try and kill him before you killed him.
Yeah. But he didn't seem to entirely recognize us the second time we ran up to him, right? Like
Yeah,
after
he could be lying though.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as you could tell, I think.
I mean, it's kind of my job, right? Like that's who I am. I lie a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And somehow I have no chaos ranks.
Yeah, that's. I feel like you should just always be getting it, but I'm not doing a good enough job at catching you.
I mean, it feels like you should advocate for your own chaos if that's what you're going for.
I'm not going for it.
Oh,
That's just
okay.
kind of
I thought you were
happens.
saying it because you were going for it.
No.
I say that we continue to follow the tracks for as long as we can.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Grippy loses the trail towards the woods. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Lord Rutherford, who is of course acting as a grand tracker.
Yeah, it's another lie in your bonnet, right?
I'm gonna use a fortune point just to.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
We're gonna. Would that be navigate? Or should I just do survival?
Better take survival or navigate, whatever is better. I will double check later,
Actually,
but
I
it's
mean
not-
they roll the same, so.
so it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm great, aren't I?
Okay, suffer a corruption there. I definitely suffer a corruption. So I think you actually like lost the trail for a little bit, but you acted like it was fine, and then you happened to come up and like obviously whatever, because the blood kind of stopped after a while, but then you find some blood and you were able to pick up the trail again. And it leads you deeper into the woods, and the snow is like just lightly falling here still. It's snowing the most at the crossroads because obviously, and it's as you move into the woods, it's snowing less and less. Nash, this was sort of towards where you came from when you saw Schwartz as you're walking, but eventually you see a small hut um, uh, in the woods. None of you recognize it. Actually, none of you recognize it.
I have to ask a stupid question here. Not to doubt our expert tracker. Were the prints going towards the hut or away from the hut?
Towards the hut.
Okay, so it's not my prints. We're not following my trail.
Which would be pretty funny, but
That would
You
be
look
great.
down at your feet, the trail that came away from us, and it's the same kind of footprints as the trail we follow. Guys, why are we going back to my house?
I'm guessing your feet would be huge though. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'd be
Yeah,
obvious.
We already established that the feet look human, not
I mean, just to put it out there, though.
Not-
like not an 8-foot ogre step.
not a ogre man.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
We refer to you as an ogre or an ogre man.
Well, in ogre society, we don't really identify by gender pronouns. We find it to be distasteful.
All right, Mr. Ogre. I'll call you Ogre.
you said
Instead of just using his name.
I mean, that's
You
fine.
know.
Human.
You asked for that. You asked for that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was calling him human before he started calling me ogre.
Oh well.
I don't expect much respect from an ogre, so you can call me man as long as you want.
I think you heard me wrong. I said human. Human.
Human.